What's up guys, back in today with another reaction to the Berserk Manga, this time with volume 27. The chapters Departure of Flame and Demon City. Last night we'll have a quick little recap here. We continue the fight between Grunbeld and Guts, with Guts being pretty dominant thus far. Obviously we had the transformation of Grunbeld, which was absolutely awesome. A couple of really awesome transformations in this fight, wasn't there? Grunbeld and obviously Guts as well. Yeah, love this design here. Bit of a creepy face, but clean as hell, isn't it? I did see some fan colorations of this as well, which looked really awesome. Yeah, we also did see that the armour is also kind of piercing Guts' bones and keeping him fighting. Yeah, we had this here as well. Guts' leg and arm twisted the wrong direction. Yeah, dude has lost so much blood. But we had Schierke trying to find Guts as well, trying to show him the way. I think her mistress's spell kind of came up towards the end of these chapters. We had this nice little transformation ending as well. So fair. They were transforming. Love that there. They're just attacking and destroying anything and everything within our vicinity right now. Kind of lucky. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we also ate some of the demons. I wonder if we did eat the demons, which it looks like we did. Is that going in Guts? Is that being consumed by Guts or the suit? Interesting to think about. If that's by Guts, then yeah, good luck. Good luck digesting these. Never been a question I thought I'd want an answer to, but yeah, how would they go down? But yeah, we had Schierke trying to find Guts here, seeing the fox dog spirit, darkness, but eventually discovering upon his nicer memories as well as his more dark and demonic memories right here. Again, some beautiful artwork throughout these chapters, but like I said, we ended off here with the Mistress's spell, which we saw her put in the armour. As a version of Guts arises here with the fox dog kind of eyes. So looking forward to continuing where we left off. Again, this chapter's got a hell of a lot of likes. Do let me know what you guys think about this episode though down in the comment section, and these chapters. Leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy it, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date with these reactions. And let's get right into Departure of Flame. What's this? I see. This is Guts' ego. I already kind of thought we saw Guts' ego, but I guess they were just memories. Yeah. This should be very interesting. I'll check I am recording. This is Guts' ego. My mistress's talisman was guarding his ego against collapse. So that's what that was for. I think that's like in the chest bit, right? Like we saw her put that in a bit of the armour. So this little ego right here, amidst all this darkness, was saved. And what would have happened if this wasn't the case? Hate, anger, malice. These are pretty cool little text bubbles right here, aren't they? Almost like they're coming off from Guts' ego. No, you mustn't yield to the flow. Yield? Yes, you'll cease to be yourself. You'll be taken into this domain. Remember who you are. It doesn't matter. Kill, ruin. Oh god, says he kind of sparks up. Jesus. Doesn't matter. Kill, ruin. Where's the next page? Missing a page here. I'll reload. Here we go. Murder, war, foe, friend. Griffith. The biggest one out of everything. Griffith. The reason for most, well, the reason the story is still going on. Griffith. No, I wouldn't quite say that. Well, you could. That's the thing. You could, and you could say it. There would also be a story here if Griffith wasn't a thing, but Griffith, you've got to admit, is probably the biggest part of the story. Obviously, Guts is the main character, but everything Griffith's done, and again, the Golden Age in general is just such a massive, integral part of the story that probably is the biggest part. Of course it matters. Remember, it's hot. If there was no Band of the Hawk or Griffith, there wouldn't. Yeah, it definitely wouldn't be the Berserk we know. Sure. Remember, what? The reason you journey, the reason you're fighting now. A human soul wouldn't become this tattered over something that doesn't matter. True. True. Tattered. Good word for it. Journey? Fights? Reason? That Schierke showing Guts, the travelling party. This almost looks like one of those elephant demons we saw in the opening artworks. This is just a bush. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Marini from Pokemon. Or oh, there's another one that was quite close to this as well. I forget what it's called. Yeah, I forget what it's called. What's that? That's what I thought was going to come up here. Just an image of Casca. Okay, cool. Also, I wanted to make sure I'm still in the middle. As I've said plenty of times, I feel like I keep leaning over. Who is that? I know her. Stop. Leave her alone. Oh god. Remember, her name is Casca. Casca? Your name is Guts. The branded swordsman, Guts. The protector of Casca. The branded girl. Lovely bit of artwork here. As he's finding his form again. Do you know what? The music I'm playing really just hit then. It's the Jujutsu Kaisen. What one is this? The first ending to season 2. That really just like came in as soon as the page turned for this. I love the artwork in general in this kind of astral plane, or I'm not even. Really, I don't even know how to explain where we are right now. We're in guts. We're within guts. But I love this kind of magical artwork. The artwork we get a lot with Schierke. It's kind of flowing, kind of sensation, and this kind of texture right here, I absolutely love. Oh shit, you can actually see him now. There's actually someone under there. It was just pure darkness. To be fair, I was actually expecting him to be. I know he's bloodied as hell right now, but I was actually expecting there to be no kind of part of his body that wasn't kind of covered with blood. You ate a demon, you know. I hope someone tells him that after this. The olive tree? Olive tree? I forget what that bloody Pokemon's called. It's gonna annoy me, so. No, it's definitely not. Arbelova. Olive tree. I know, quite different there. Yeah, Arbelova. Arboliva. Not the most standout Pokemon ever. But yeah, this one on the left kind of reminds me of that. Receive my fire. So, are we now going to be fighting as Guts in this armor? Receive my fire. Quite the strange choice of words there. Receive. I mean, it's not wrong. Yeah, I think we're actually going to be fighting as Guts now, not this kind of feral beast. Hopefully, you still can't feel pain. Such, I feel like you can't. I feel like that still is the case. Where's this fire coming from? Oh, I guess he breathed it here, and now it's coming towards us. Again, on the topic of Jujutsu Kaisen, I feel like the soundtrack this season has been brilliant. Although I will say the soundtrack during the actual episodes is not quite as good as last season. I have this really kind of weird kind of mashup quite often this season that I don't care that much for. And they play it a lot. But open and ending wise, always on point. What? I'm gonna burst out of it. It's like almost like leashes, almost like he's breaking out of his prison of fire. The fire does look like the kind of burning of the darkness that was overtaking him, and what we saw in the ego. It's interesting seeing this armor now. It looks slightly different, but in a kind of bigger way, it looks slightly different. With Guts actually kind of wielding it, seeing the man underneath. Oh god, who's that? That's Cedro. Oh god. Oh, Puck as well. Brilliant. Both been captured. Damn starfish. Sea life don't wander the forest. Prawns neither. What's... Excuse me? They just chuck his sword. What happened here? His sword's there, but there's no one holding it. I think we see him here, like, readying up for a chuck. What? Yeah, I think he's literally just chucked his sword. Fucking hell. Double decapitation with his thrown sword. That is pretty impressive. Look at everyone's reaction. Even old Park. And I think he just caught it right afterwards. Yeah, fucking hell. That is a reaction right there. Serpico. Remember that scene of Serpico fighting Guts on that cliff edge? Imagine that now. Serpico would be dead. Oh, that's interesting. From here, it looks like Isidro is saying Bar Ian. Bar Ian. But I've never actually noticed Barbarian. It's actually Bar twice. And Ian, of course. Barbarian. Another great horror movie. Came out recently. Barbarian. Guts. But yeah, initially I read that, of course, as Bar Ian. Is this some kind of chant? No, Casca. It's dangerous. Oh. Oh, this is quite the interesting look at here. Tentacles. You just gotta get the tentacles with Casca, haven't you? Aye. Gotta get the tentacles in. Oh. Yeah, and you've got this, whatever the fuck this is. It almost looked a bit like a moustache, but obviously it's not a part of this guy. Cool design though, isn't it? Really cool design. What was that? Oh, that was the tip of Guts' blade. Covered in blood. And just pure black. Nice. That again. I like this lighter looking version of the suit as well, as I mentioned earlier. It looks slightly different now that not just covered in pure darkness. Slightly more light, isn't it? And looks cool as fuck. Do you know what I kind of equated to? Someone mentioned in the comment section from last week's video that it's a little bit like the symbiote from Spider-Man 2, which I do agree with. It also reminds me a little bit of Batman's older, I can't remember what it's called, but his an older Batman's kind of metallic suit, and it is an armor at that point. Isn't just the bat suit is. It is like a structural piece of armor. It kind of reminds me of that a little bit. I only ever watched that in a couple of animated movies. I think there was like 2 parts to it. They're pretty good. I think it's like The Dark Knight Returns or something. It reminds me of that a little bit. Again, cooler. Cooler than both of those. Yeah, it just looks awesome now. It looked awesome as fuck before, but Kind of a bit dangerous having such spiky bits near your eyes, but yeah, doesn't matter too much for the right eye, but that's a bit dangerous. I think you'll take that if that's the biggest bit of danger you've got in this universe. A pokey bit near your eye. Are you? Oh wow! It detaches on demand as well. Fucking hell. Chink. Chuck, chuck. Yeah. Fucking hell. That's cool. That's really cool. Oh, I've seen this image before. Ah, now he's got the grey bit on his hair. I guess this suit's fucking out. Aged him. It's aged him a bit. I also think what we saw with Schierke probably aged him a bit as a kind of person, gave him a bit more just realigned his focus, realigned his goals, and yeah, bit of matureness in that, perhaps. It does usually kind of signify a kind of growing and such. Again, I've only ever seen it with like Nancy from Nightmare on Elm Street and maybe a few other kind of horror movie characters, but that's usually what the kind of grey streak represents. But yeah, I guess this suit has really took that much of a toll. But again, I think I prefer the look of he's maturing, as he is covered in blood. But yeah, I've seen this shot somewhere before, I think. Or a similar one, if not. Cuts. How awful. Ooh. Please. Still nervous, of course. Casca. I really like how he's drawn in these shots as well here. He does look more mature, doesn't he? Cool, cool. Do I? You won't escape. We're gonna burn. It's alright. That's Schierke. Schierke's getting involved, eh? Oh wait, what? Look at the expression. I think he's actually just trying to blow fire. So gaping mouth of gunbelt here. That's a wall of flame. These guys still watching. Shimmer, roar. Yes, the mistress emerging from the flames. Mistress? Looks young. Maybe it's taken her back to a prime form for the afterlife. I feel like with witches, their prime usually is as old as you get, the more you learn. Got to give her nipples, of course. You know, like girls don't have nipples, but yeah. Could have had it like what we've seen with some other spirits and such, where it's just like smooth. But yeah. Another really cool shot here. Like I said, I really like this texture. The flames here. Actually, there's a giant wall of flame emanating from her hair. Emanating from her hair. Emanating. Mistress? Huge. And young. You have done well, Schierke. Now go. This forest will not last much longer. Once the spirit tree burns down, this domain will likely close. No, I won't. Oh man, she looks so cute here. This place is an interstice where time lingers for the old. Oh, okay. Didn't know that. This tree and I have both lived quite long. However pleasant the sunshine, the young must not dwell here. However, sorry, I read that terribly. However pleasant the sunshine, the young must not dwell here forever. Yeah, I kind of feel bad vibes if you're staying in a place that doesn't age as fast as normal. I feel like there probably is some kind of bad payoff of that or something. It's quite funny because she does remind me of a couple of the gods that we've had kind of possess us. Maybe we, sounds terrible, maybe we could like use her in the future like that, or might not be the end of things exactly. The time has come to leave the nest. Go forth from here and find your own path, my dearest student. The days I spent with you were short, but in all my long life, they were the most serene. Thank you, Mistress. Oh man, looks so sweet, sincere here as well. Poor little Schierke. Thank you, Mistress. Hey, stupid. It looks like this branch was about to crack on her. The swift guts, still bleeding. Rushes in. Little elf clung to the hat. Let's go. Wait, black swordsman. What is this flame that I, a fire dragon, cannot manipulate? My essential form will merely change. Sorry, my essential. My existential. Existential. Let's see what this word says here. Existential. Existential. My existential form will merely change. We can meet again in your dreams. As I said, I feel like this might not be the full end for the Mistress as an entity. Whether you grasp the fate before you is up to you. May your going forth be blessed, sweet, beloved child. Oh man, this is hitting right in the feels right now, isn't it? We haven't even known either of these guys too long, but there's some really great stuff here, isn't it? It's just so cute. Farewell. Oh man, why you gotta do this? This might be one of the most emotional I've felt during Berserk so far. Well, when I say that, most emotional in terms of sadness, not in terms of like grief and anger. Definitely felt more emotional in those terms at different parts, but most emotional kind of feelings wise here. And Yeah, it's just really well done. My sunshine. You got a really good, again, for the shortness of how long we knew these guys, we really did get a great look at how things were between them and how things operated, and yeah, just a really good understanding and quite a really tight span. Like again, we wasn't not like we had multiple volumes and stuff just covering these guys. We had a lot of chapters just covering these guys and getting introduced to the Mistress and such and Schierke, but just shows how, again, just how tight and how good that was. That little makes us feel like this. A little elf's reaction as well. Yeah, that is the end of the chapter. What a chapter that was, by the way. Bloody hell, again, the feelings right here. The artwork was just class all the way through with this, but also with the Berserker armour looking slightly different. I feel like that takes some real skill to make that armour look the same, but slightly different. These are amazing drawings of Guts right here. Some of the best about the series. Both of these. Yeah, just like I said, the slight different look of the armor, just a tiny bit different, but it feels a lot different, even though it's essentially the same armor. Even like the monster designs here look really awesome. This chapter was class, wasn't it? This chapter was top class. Okay, let's read some comments quickly. I can see why I got so many likes. Let's read some comments quickly. Probably just a lot of praise as usual. Yeah, this guy kind of what I commented on last video. I feel like the armor probably does eat away at you till you are a skeleton. That's how Skull Knight became a skeleton. But it still doesn't answer how he functions as a skeleton. So I feel like that doesn't fully cover that question. Yeah, a lot of praise for the artwork here. A lot of respect for the Mistress. Okay, really great. Like I said, really awesome chapter right there. Leaning again. Really awesome chapter here. Again, love this ending here, but poor Schierke. I'm a little bit sad we didn't kill Grunbeld, but I'm kind of hoping Mistress takes him out. Demon City. Interesting name for this chapter. I feel like this is going to be something completely new. Let's get into the final one for today. Some crows crowing, squawking. Okay. Oh, is this happening everywhere? I feel like there's definitely one here. Can't really see it. Oh, there's definitely one there as well, and there, or maybe that might just be a crow. And obviously here, they're just putting people on top of. Oh, there's a lot here. Putting people on top of the I'm not sure what to call these actually. What would you call these? On these spikes at the top of buildings, I guess. And the crows are picking away, eating the flesh. I think I mentioned this a fair few chapters back now, but they used to be. We've seen them in I think during the Mosgus bit, these kind of suits that you put someone in. There'd be like these metal bars, and there'd be holes in between, and you'd just be left there, and then the crows would eventually just eat you alive. Horrible way to go out. You could even eat you alive is yeah, not exactly the right term, because you're you're alive, but you've been, yeah, you're in a state. You could probably fend them off for a few days, maybe a day or two, but eventually your body on no food or water or anything will just give out, and then crows will just pick you alive, pick your eyeball out, pick through your chest. Horrible way to go. The royal capital, Wyndham. Some lovely goings on here, it looks like. So yeah, I feel that, yeah, as I said, probably it's going to be something completely new here. That's it. Are you the resistance movement? Indeed. Thanks to the fog, we managed to slip into the city safely. Oh, we got resistance. I don't know why I'm getting the vibe that it's going to be a short-lived resistance. Look at this handsome fella. I think you knew it as soon as you saw that lovely moustache and beard. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Laban, leader of Midland's Arklow Knights. We've heard that name before, haven't we? I recognise that name. Laban. I think maybe he was in the story early on with this midland stuff. Yeah, he was. He's animated here from the. Well, this is the crappy version, but he's in the old version. I think he was one of the two decent kind of knights that we saw in Midland. I think during the Golden Age arc. He's aged quite nicely. There's the exact panel right there. Probably a few spoilers here, but I haven't. I didn't clock onto anything. I am Laban, leader of Midland's Arklow Knights. Oh, Sir Laban. The leader himself would come to us. I think it is. Right here. Surely not. Well, we are grateful. We were despairing that we were alone and unaided. As a military man, I admire the work you all have done thus far. No, we are a resistance movement in name only. We merely manage to run about like moles beneath the ground. Currently, Wyndham does not even seem of this world. It has been reduced to a dreadful demon city. Okay, I guess that's where the name comes from. It pretty much is a demon city now, isn't it? I take it. Everywhere you go, corpses, 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 bones, guts. Look at this. It literally looks like a bunch of people crying under the guts and skulls of the dead. Rats. Probably a horror fan's dream kind of city right here. Every tower throughout Wyndham, maybe not in actuality, if these were fake, if these were fake skulls and stuff. Every plaza, church, love their intestines. Look at that. Bunch of priests and such hanging from the church. That's a message right there. This place ain't no fucking fairy tale land no more. It wasn't anyway, but it certainly isn't now. Oh yeah, more skulls. Every place is inundated with the corpses of our people. Oh, P-Night. Is this really who I think it is? Is this that fucking shady little rat from the Golden Age arc? I don't know what happened to him. Pretty sure he survived. Nothing too bad happened to him. I feel like this is him. It's interesting, isn't it? Seeing all these old characters that we haven't seen for loads of volumes. It does not even look like reality. As if that necropolis said to sleep beneath the Tower of Rebirth had instead risen to the surface. The men of Wyndham who resisted were killed, and those arrested regardless. The men of Wyndham who resisted were killed, and those arrested, regardless of social status, were sent to the battlefield as war slaves. The women were marched into the castle, apparently to be used in some bizarre kushan ritual. Whether they live still is unknown. Those left are the powerless, the elderly, children. Well, at least the children are okay. That's horrendous. But one piece of news is good. Princess Charlotte is alive. It's a nice artwork here, isn't it? These eyeballs. She is imprisoned in the highest level of the Tower of Rebirth. Oh? Is that true? It is certain. We lost many lives to learn this truth. If the princess is safe, if the royal bloodline is unsevered, there's still hope. Midland might be saved from the brisk of downfall. Again, do you not feel like that's stupid? Doesn't also feel like that's stupid. You're counting on a bloodline here. Like Charlotte, we know, is pretty useless. What is she actually going to do apart from being of royal blood? And what does that even mean? What makes that different from normal blood? The fact that they're born into a status. I don't know. I see this as pretty silly personally. I'm not sure if you guys feel the same way. I imagine a lot of people do. But they're going off nothing but the fact that she was born. You know what I'm saying? It seems pretty silly. There's much better hopes out there for you. Certainly, if that is true, we may be able to regain governance over the nobles, who, in their own interests, bound themselves to the allied nations. Sir Laban, we are in a state of isolation here and know nothing of what goes on outside. I'm also thinking that they're probably thinking about this more politically. In a political sense, it is kind of important, but what do politics have to do? Well, in stuff like this, politics are big, but again, we know there's demonic side and such. Politics don't really mean shit right now in this universe. But I guess I can slightly understand where they're coming from. We are in a state of isolation here and know nothing of what goes on outside. So, I wish to ask about a rumour. About the Black Swordman. Oh no. Oh, it is him. I knew it. Wait, is it? I don't know. If it is, he looks slightly less sadistic. I feel like that is him. I don't know at all what this guy's name is. And he recognises him as well, so yeah. That shape of the head, I think. Where is the hawk? Yeah. Oh dear. That's a cool shot right there. Reminds me a little bit of Guts when he got his eye taken out. What? Oh no, it's them. Yeah, he looks slightly less cunning here, doesn't he? I would Google his name and see some old pictures of him, but I don't know his name. But yeah, really cool shot here. They've got some gators. Got some gators. Lovely drawing, isn't it? Lovely. How would you say that? It's lovely. It's lovely drawn. It doesn't sound right. Very well drawn. Trying to say. Again, the texture feels like you could just feel the especially the back. Feels like you just feel the spikes and the texture of it, doesn't it? Some rope around his arm for some reason. Oh, maybe that's tied around the, what do you call this again? Spear. I call it a spear. Tied around that so when he throws it, he can get it back. It just eats this man. There's something really funny about this image, isn't there? Bunch of like aristocratal underground government people terrified and running like this. Something quite funny about this, isn't there? Sadistically funny. Oomph. What? This way, Sir Laban. And all that's left is a couple legs. What? This way, Sir Laban. Ugh. What is that monster? Giant ass mouth, isn't it? They got huge mouths anyway. This one even bigger. Kushan sorcery. More of that fucking witchcraft stuff. Kushan sorcery. It may be difficult to believe, but is also the only explanation. The Kushan use sorcery to manipulate half beasts, half man monsters like that one. I mean, they're on the right track. A lot of monsters that we do see are kind of half beast, half man, aren't they? Pretty much almost every case. Well, yeah, pretty much every case. So I'm not sure. I guess some of the god hands were kind of exceptions. I think anyway. Yeah, they're on the right tracks. Not quite Kushan sorcery. I said it not as a metaphor or exaggeration. Wyndham has become a demon city where bizarre beasts run rampant. A demon city? It sounds like a really awesome movie. Sounds like a premise for a really cool movie. Something. Not sure if you guys getting those vibes, but I'm getting like vibes from, especially from these shots here as well. That look like they could be from like an 80s, 70s kind of horror, kind of cheesy-ish horror. This should be far enough for now. Unbelievable. Never mind that I just saw it with my own eyes. Our sentiments exactly. The expressions. Pure depression. And this guy's on crack right here. The day came when this fog covered the city, and as though summoned by it, these horrors began to prowl the streets. The citizens fear them, confine themselves to their homes and cower. Everyone says the same, that this no longer seems real, like we have wandered into a nightmare. Apologies about that. As I said, I really like this kind of setting up right now. And it feels like a classic horror movie. This fog, they are kind of probably blending in, like what we saw with the interstice in this first chapter for today. Maybe we are seeing a bit of a blending in of the astral world and Midland right here. Wyndham. They're coming together. So here's the elephant demons that we see. Indeed. This is no realistic theatre of war. as a human walking elephant which comes right up to you. The elephants looked cool before when the Kushans were riding them, but they're pretty damn cool now, so I don't know. Standing up. And the anatomy as well on these like animals and such is just superb, isn't it? And here comes the croc again. Well, this might just be the end for these guys. Oh, maybe not. We're trapped. As a rain of arrows come down from the moon. That's the moon right there. Oh, we do see him in this shot here, little 4 little spikes. Eye shot, nice. Who is this? Oh, really? I was about to be like, we've actually got some more comrades. We're about to see some more strugglers, some other people that are fighting these demons, apart from Skull Knight and Guts and the travelling party. No, it's Griffith's man. Arrows? From where? Who's? Oof. Comes another one of his men. A similar helmet as to the archer's hat. I forget this guy's name, but he actually seemed pretty cool. I see. Yeah, the eyeballs. A lot of eyeballs. That's really cool. Again, I love the texture of that eyeball getting popped like that and the liquid coming out. the connectors right here. Just awesome, isn't it? Fucked up, but awesome. Yay! Yeah. So are they gonna try and like cover this up as like we're gonna free you from these Kushan demons that we turn into demons? That we turn into demons. We're gonna save you from them. So you're gonna be under us. But what is their ultimate end goal? Again, I feel like I mentioned this before. I feel like we know that Griffith wants an actual kingdom of perhaps humans to kind of reign, to actually achieve his goal. Can't have a kingdom without the people. Maybe that's the end goal of this. Yeah. Citizens of Wyndham, wait patiently. It's funny because there's a Wyndham like right near mine, like maybe like 10 or 15 miles away from where I live. Felt differently. Wait patiently. In due course, will the miasma covering the city be swept clean. A strong wind will blow. Who are you? As I am charged with a mission, I must now go. Hide and make ready, for the tempest of the hawk begins. For the tempest the hawk begins. Sorry, my reading's been pretty bad today, hasn't it? For the tempest the hawk brings. Yeah, setting up more of his kingdom, I think, here. Hide and make ready for the tempest the hawk brings. What did he... The hawk? That's a slightly familiar face right there. Yeah, it kind of looks a little like Clint Eastwood. If I'm getting that right. I've never watched too many, or if any, kind of cowboy movies or Clint Eastwood movies. I know he's got a lot of really good ones. I've never actually seen one, which probably sounds a bit blasphemous. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is heard a classic, but like I said, I've never really seen too many cowboy movies. Yeah, it kind of looks a bit like Clint Eastwood, doesn't it? You guys seeing this? Bit of a thicker moustache. I feel like that's the vibe they're going for here, though. I feel them. Several inhuman presences trespassing in my domain. It's futile within this fog. All lies in the palm of my hand. But come to my demon castle, vanguard of the hawk. So what the fuck is going on? We're seeing fights between demons now. Again, I kind of thought all demons and such are all like one encompassing kind of goal of chaos and such. Are we seeing kind of someone, a demon presence, or someone opposing Griffith right here? Got a big bushy beard. Yeah, it's definitely a Kushan member, I imagine. Obviously, the Kushan demons right here. So it seems like, yeah, someone from the Kushan side turned into a demon, or maybe they already were a demon when they were taken over Midland. And I kind of thought this was maybe set up by Griffith, and he turned some of the Kushan into demons and then kind of posed them as his kind of enemy. And maybe that is still the case. That could still be a possibility, but maybe it's actually more so the will of the person opposing Griffith, and less so than Griffith wanting. But maybe he still does want an enemy like this, and maybe he has. But I don't know. This is interesting, isn't it? Guess we'll see. But this was really something completely new. This chapter here, wasn't it? Well, not exactly completely new, but this has been built up for a while. But in terms of what we've covered in the chapters before, an interesting seat he's got here as well. Again, it reminds me of a 100 type Kuan Yin Bodhisattva from Hunter x Hunter, as he's sitting on a bunch of skulls. So yeah, this person's obviously not on the side of good or right or struggle or anything, but there's someone that's opposing Griffith, which is interesting. Inevitably, this is going to be good for us, right? We'll read some comments in a second. I'll be interested to see what the comments have to say about this, what theories they have, as well as you guys as well. So this person just feels everything within. This is, as we saw, it's interesting he says it's his domain, because the last time we heard that was from, I was going to say Lust, pretty much as Lust, from Slain, where we saw her domain. And I feel like this guy's domain is kind of between the astral, it's in the interstice here, and it's kind of becoming more astral, and is actually becoming his domain, whoever this is. But he can feel and sense anything within the fog. But Griffith and such seem to be actively working to stop that. interesting stuff right here. Like I said, completely different from what we've just covered. Some nice artwork, of course, but also just some interesting revelations here. So, a lot of old faces. A lot of old faces, which again just accentuates just how important the Golden Age was. Yeah, let's read some comments before we finish off today. Do people think this is... I was just saying Griffith right here. I don't think we even saw Griffith this chapter, did we? No, we didn't. Saw his men. Wow, really? One of the highest comment here is they don't give a fuck about this city. I just want guts. I kind of understand that considering the last couple of chapters we had, but it's not just super fucking intriguing right now. What's going on with the city and Midland and the Kushan and Griffith's army? Like, I don't think we've ever seen demons fight against each other like this before, have we? Interesting. Detroit looking crazy. I'm not sure about the state of America. I think there is some really bad states in America, kind of structure and city wise. I think I really don't, not too informed on it, but I've heard there's a few going downhill. I've also heard that Detroit City isn't nowhere near as bad as people say it is. So yeah. I have a Someone says, I have a feeling this is the king, the old king of Wyndham, because the princess is safe. Why would anyone keep the princess safe? There's no reason at all. And in the last panel, we see the pose that the king always used to do. And he is defying the hawk and against the hawk again. Like, that is an interesting theory right there. That is an interesting theory. I don't think that's the case. I feel like this is probably more likely a Kushan emperor or something, and there's maybe something more complex with going on with Charlotte, or maybe she's... We haven't actually seen her yet, so she might not be alive or captured. Just from the shape, again, I feel like this is probably a Kushan. This is a pretty common pose for a king. I don't know, that guy could be onto something. Could be onto something there. Keep that in mind. Yeah, this guy is, someone said here, this guy's so crazy, he's actually calling out the hawk and actively going against him. So what is your position here? What is your goal? Just that selfish, and after that much power, you're willing to oppose anyone? Even one of your gods? Yeah, people saying that the king's still alive. He died a while ago. Not too much else in the comment section. Yes, thank you guys for watching again. Lots of interesting stuff to take from this, wasn't there? Lots of interesting stuff. And a lot of old faces. But again, politics and just like demon politics wise, what's going on here? Lots of questions brought up there, but love this stuff in the first chapter today. Awesome stuff here. One of my favourite chapters, and again, some of my favourite artwork seeing as well. But you can say that for the last, 10 chapters or so. And again, super interesting last chapter here. But again, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section, any theories you guys have. Leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. I'll be back next time with, have a little look, shall we? I'll be back next time with Dread Emperor. So probably going to get a look at the king right there. And the Daka. So yeah, no idea what to take from the Daka. Yeah, again, thank you guys for watching. And enjoy the rest of your day.